Now these take some playing around with, but I kind of have a process for this one that I think helps a lot of people. Remember, you always want to start with the overall. That's the one you're trying to make everything else match. So I've got that one written down. And then this is my first reaction. And as I'm writing, I'm going to comment. Like I notice first it's position related. So that C3H8 is in the right position. So 5O2 goes to 3 CO2 plus 4 waters. So that all looks good. So I'm not going to mess with my delta H yet, but I do need to write down it being in there. So I have that delta H is equal to negative 2219.9. Then I'm going to worry about position in the next one. So you'll notice oxygen appears in 2. So I'm always like, oxygen is in both of the little reactions. It's in that one and that one. So you don't mess with something that's in both reactions unless you absolutely have to. So we're going to move on to this guy. Is the CO in the correct position? I'm looking at this reaction. Again, it's this one right here. And the CO is not. It needs to be on the product side. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it as I'm writing it down. So this is more how you would do it digitally. I feel like this is easier to do it this way. And then again, I've got to remember that when I'm flipping, I flip my sign. So everything's in the right position. That's good. So next thing is I just need to fix my coefficients. So notice that this one is a 2, but I don't have anything in front of that C3 number. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So that makes that a 2. That makes this a 10. That makes this a 6. And that makes this an 8. And always double check yourself on that. Go ahead and put times 2 there because I think it's easy by the time you get to this one, like you forget and you'll forget to multiply it. Like you'll be like, oh, that's a multiple of 2. I don't have to multiply by 2. I don't know. Weird stuff goes through the head. So be aware of that. And then as I'm going over the CO, notice that that's supposed to be a 6, not a 2. So I need to multiply. This one's going to be multiplied by 3. So that becomes 6. This one becomes 6. And then this becomes 3. That's another thing. Like sometimes I'll get it used to being like 6, 6, and I'll just automatically write down like a 6 there. You don't want to do that. And so that one, everything was times 3. Then I'm doing my checkpoint. So you can write them all down and maybe that's helpful. Or if you don't want to write them all down, you can do this, like you can cancel it out ahead of time. So 6CO2 plus 6CO plus 8 waters plus 3 O2s. And so these cancel because they're on the same side. It's like saying you're subtracting CO2, CO2. And then I have 10, that's O2, by the way. That's kind of weird how that looks. 10 oxygens, and I have 3 on the right-hand side. So I can subtract 3 of the oxygens from both sides. It gets rid of that one, minus 3. And that's going to give me 7, which is, by the way, what I'm supposed to have, which is great. And my 6 is correct, and my water is correct. So everything all matches up. So that should say that if I put that in my calculator, I should be good to go. So I'm going to double check. I have it being negative 2219.9 times 2 plus 566 times 3. 2741.8. Let's just quadruple check that that one is the answer.